Wiseman Mncube is on the news, and this time it's not about the great work that he does on our TV screens, but it's about an alleged baby that he doesn't want to take a DNA. Hey gossipers, welcome back to my channel. So Wiseman Mncube is a South African actor who have played many great roles on our TV screens. But the one that we're quite familiar with is the one that he plays on Shaka Ilembe as Uzwide. So there have been screenshots going around on the internet of him, allegedly him, and a woman who claims that Wiseman has a baby with him and Wiseman doesn't want to do a paternity test or a DNA test on their son. He refused to do a DNA test. So I'm going to do some bit of the reading of what's going on in these texts. It's a bit of a mix-up and a mix-up, but most of it is in Zulu. So I'll just be translating on what they were actually saying. So all of these texts are alleged. It is allegedly. So the text opens up with saying Sawubona, which means hello, and she says, I am pregnant. And Wiseman replies and says, Wachela mina po, which translates to, why are you telling me? And then the girl replies, Usho ukuthini mawuthi ngatshela wena, which means, what do you mean? Why am I telling you this? And then Wiseman replies and say, Ewu ihe. Hey guys, so funny. But the way Wiseman is answering to this, hey guys, I and then says how ukondeni ukuthi, cause I'm telling you that ngipreg, meaning it's your child. So the girls say, what do you mean? Why am I telling you this? Because I am pregnant and this is your child. And then Wiseman replies and says, sis, wabantu nginomfazi, which simply translates to, sis, like woman, I have a wife. And then the girl says, I don't care that you have a wife. I'm just letting you know that I'm pregnant. So it looks that the time passes by, and then the girl comes back and says, months has passed and I kept my child. And then he asks Wiseman that, what are you planning to do? Wiseman minds that, doesn't say anything, just keeps quiet, no reply. And then the girl then reveals the gender of the baby, that it's a baby boy. And then the girl texts him again saying that if he wants to do a DNA test, he can freely do so, and then drops the location or where she stays. Wiseman can actually come and pick up the baby. Wiseman then reply after that text, and then on the next maybe 2 days, because it's written September the 30th, and he says ngiyaphinda ngiyakutshela nginomfazi, which translates to, I'm telling you again that I have a wife. Then the girl says, what can she do? He was meant to think about that before involving himself in a sexual intercourse between the two of them. And then the girl says, how do you think I'm going to take care of this kid by myself? And then the girl comes back. This is a second screenshot. It's cut. It looked like a very long text from the girl. What we only see is, to do a DNA test, I'm gonna expose you on socials. So the girl tells Wiseman that she's willing to do a DNA test and he's gonna expose him on social media. And then Wiseman just simply replies and says, okay. She says, it looks like you have chosen your fate. Tonight I'm gonna expose your conversation. Are you gonna do the DNA test? I'm even gonna go to the news if I have to. You are gonna stop neglecting our child. And then Wiseman replies and says, we're gonna see who the media believes between me and a nobody. Everybody knows that I have a wife now. And then he moves on saying words I don't want to say with my mouth. I'm sorry. So Wiseman calls this woman this word, and then he says that he's trying to destroy his marriage. And then the woman replies, oh, is it, with a question mark. And then we have another screenshot, which I think it's now the wife of Wiseman Mncube. Allegedly, the wife says, I would advise you to remove this post on Facebook before everybody sees them and stop ruining my husband's reputation. And then the lady greets, so this is the baby mama who's trying to get the DNA test. It says, hey, Sawubona, the posts are not about you. May you please respect my life choices because I too didn't want to do this. And allegedly again, the wife comes back and says, I don't care who you are coming for. Remove the post more Facebook. And then the wife comes back again later that evening. And then she says, do you know who you are dealing with? That's a trade. Allegedly, this is the wife. And then the girl comes back and says, what's funny is that you know that I'm going to post these on social media, but you keep sending these messages. Why are you so confident that I'm not going to post? I think that's the meaning to these texts. Hi, guys, it's tough. It's tough. Okay, for one, I don't know when men are accused to have a baby, why don't they just do a DNA test and move on from it? Because that will save you so much time and all of this exposure on the social media. If somebody, especially if you know you have had something with them before, even if you didn't, you understand, just to save your reputation, save all this drama, just go do the DNA test, reveal to the world or to that woman that, because it's really about that woman and that child right now, reveal to them that no, I'm not your father, no, I'm not your baby daddy, But to then run around and not do the DNA test, it leads to things like this. Because now, why don't you want to do a DNA test? I wish Wiseman Mncube could just do a DNA test. And for the wife to back the husband up and even go for a girl like this, I don't know why the wife herself is not saying to the husband, hey, babe, can you just do the DNA test so we can get over with this and done with this story? It's just simple as that. But then I look at it at a celebrity side. So now how many DNA tests are you going to do as a person when somebody just comes on the internet and accuse you that they have had sexual intercourse with you and they're carrying your baby? Oh, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And with these screenshots, we can see that it looks like an Instagram screenshot. You can see the verified Wiseman Mncube. Allegedly, might be him, might be not, but it looks like it could be him. I think that Wiseman should just do a DNA test. And for this baby girl, man, this woman who's coming, first it was, hey, I'm expecting a baby. With that and seeing how the alleged baby daddy, who is Wiseman, reacted, it should have told you that the person that you are alleging the baby belongs to does want nothing to do with the baby. Oh, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. We need to, as women, we need to take care of ourselves. We come first, Just know that everybody you lay with, just know the consequences. Try to use protection. Try to think of the future. It's not a money scheme. If this allegedly happened between this woman and Wiseman, I think she thought it was a winning ticket. She should have protected herself from all of this. With this all, I hope this girl does get a DNA test from the alleged baby daddy, and I hope this problem is solved, because now I feel sorry for the little boy who's up in all of this mess. He's brought into this world for all of this mess. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining and watching. We'll see you in the next video.